Chelsea 1, Liverpool 2, and we roll out of the weekend with a 6th victory in the Premier League, 2-1 to Liverpool in the end, and literally the very definition of a game of two halves, and we've been seeing quite a lot of those from Liverpool in the opening weeks of the season, the opening month of the season even, I can say that now. So how do I feel about that game? It pretty much went exactly how I thought it would go. You know, I actually thought, with the way the first half went, I actually thought, wow, you know what, we could actually be a bit more comfortable in this game. Chelsea turned the pressure up in the second half, like maddeningly so. They did it. They put the pressure on us in the second half. They were getting much more of the ball. They were seeing much more of the ball. We were making so many sloppy mistakes. But before we get into that, let's go into that first half and enjoy some of that work and talk about some of that work that we did there as well. Trent Alexander-Arnold, a really nice set piece, and I liked it a lot. And I think, who was the assist? The assist was Salah. It was a free kick, and Salah gives the nice little roll away to Trent to set a bit, just give him that little bit of space. And I don't think people really saw it coming. And it must be a little bit of a new thing that Liverpool are trying or are doing just a little bit different. But it worked very, very well. Very, very quick. Salah steps over the ball and rolls it back with a back heel into Trent's path, and he curls an absolute beautiful ball into the top corner. Goalkeeper had absolutely no chance, and we go in front 14 minutes in. Chelsea did equalise, but VAR gave out an offside against Mason Mount, I believe it was, if I'm looking at that right. I think it was. Mason Mount was offside, his left leg was offside, and obviously people are, complaining. Everyone knows I'm a big fan of VAR, and even with all of its faults, it will eventually become a vital tool to everything that happens in every football game up and down the country, and also in Europe and the world. That whoever wants to adopt it, eventually it will become absolutely vital, and it will get better. The mistakes that it makes right now, it was always going to make mistakes. I feel it's made mistakes with us. I think it was in our last league game where I felt we could have had a penalty against Joel Matip. It's going to make mistakes. They're going to iron everything out. What decisions can it come in and what can it influence? But this one was absolutely bang on. It really was. They put the ball in the back of the net, but they brought the play back. Now, it was always explained, from what I remember, you have to finish the play and move even if someone's offside, which is why I don't think the flag was raised, but they finish off the whole move and then VAR will go back and have a look at the whole situation. I didn't see the offside at first, to be honest. I didn't see it in real time. I just thought we'd conceded a goal and it was just messy in the box. It was one of those things. And then when they brought it back to VAR, this is the thing. Me as a viewer on TV, like watching the TV, I didn't see that in real time. When they pull it back, it's like, oh, this is what it was really brought in for. We don't see everything. Referees and officials don't see everything. That is the point of VAR. It needs to get better at a lot of different things, like penalty calls and where it can actually interject itself. But that was an absolutely bang-on call, and anyone that says that it wasn't, I don't really know what to tell you, because it was. It was totally bang-on. Everybody, I think all the pundits agreed as well, which is a rare thing. But yeah, it was. So it goes back to 1-0, and then maybe 5 minutes later after that call, Bobby Firmino with a beautiful cross from Andy Robertson into the box. And Andy Robertson has had a tough week this week. He's deactivated his social media, or his Twitter at least, because of the abuse he got after the Napoli game, which was absolutely bang out of order. And he brings in a beautiful cross right onto, literally no one was marking Bobby Firmino in the box, and he heads it in. That man is in the form of his life right now, Bobby Firmino. I absolutely love that guy. They had a lot of injuries going into the second half. I think Christensen had to go off. Emerson went off. Alonso came on. Kurt Zouma came on. It's not like, it's not like they weren't bringing in people that don't have any experience onto the pitch. They had people there that they could bring on, and to be fair, they actually held up quite well in the second half. We get into the second half, and I actually want to look at the whole game stats if I can. It was very even, but they edged us on possession. Where things differed for Chelsea had a lot of shots. They did have a lot of shots. They created a lot of chances. They got in behind our back line quite a few times. They gave our back line and Adrian a good lot of problems. They really, really did. And I knew that that's what they would do. We played them in the Super Cup. You know, they created loads of chances. That game against Man United, they lost it 4-0, but they weren't clinical. And in this game, it was very much the same. We had 6 shots, 3 on goal. They had 9 shots and 2 were on target. Now they'd start converting some of those chances, we would have been in much more trouble. We really would have been. Now in the second half, around the 71st minute, what's his name? N'Golo Kante gets a goal, and it was a really good goal actually. The defense, in my opinion, like our defense, switched off for a little bit. It's like each one of the member of the defense was waiting for the other person to step in front and do something, and none of them did. And eventually N'Golo Kante, in a tight space, unleashes a shot, and I'm pretty sure he had Matip, Van Dijk and Trent quite a bit around him. Might have been someone else, but I might be misnaming that one there. But he got the shot off, and it was right into the top corner. Adrian had absolutely no chance to get that one. But we rode our luck for the rest of the game, basically. You know, and that's it's telling. In the 90th plus minute, we brought on Joe Gomez to properly see out that game, because we were conceding corners and throw-ins left, right and centre, and we were just inviting crosses into the box. Now that is something that we need to improve on massively. You know, we need to look at what we did well last year, what we're doing well this year as well, and just actually look at trying to close games out better, trying to get a bit more control, because once they got that goal through Kante, basically the rest of the game was just them pelting our box with balls. And it wasn't annoying, it was just frustrating a little bit, because it was just nerve-wracking as well, because you're just waiting for it to go 2-2, and thankfully it didn't, and we got the 3 points. And it was a very good first half performance by Liverpool, but Chelsea, they absolutely smashed it in the second half, and they were very unlucky not to have someone on the pitch that was a bit more clinical, maybe had a bit more... You know, Tammy Abraham had a pretty good game, but we managed to shut him out as well. And their forward play was very good. Their passing moves were good as well, like very much like the UEFA Super Cup game that we had against them, and that was a very tough game as well. We edged it here, you know, and Chelsea are going to be a difficult team for everybody that they come up against. They're under a different manager, different system, different playing style, different players. They've got to use a lot of the youth players, and to be fair to them, they actually are a pretty decent team when it comes down to it. But a deserved win for Liverpool over the whole course of the 90 minutes. I think everybody and their nan is giving Joel Matip man of the match, and deservedly so, because he was fantastic in this game. He really was. Without Joel Matip, we do go 2-2 and we might even lose that game. Joel Matip was head and shoulders, literally though, because he's like 6'5" or something, head and shoulders above the rest of everybody. And you know, Firmino was brilliant this game as well. I felt that some of the forward play, you know, from the likes of Mane and Salah could have been better. Fabinho was a Rolls Royce in midfield as well. He's just magnificent in the midfield. Andy Robertson, Trent both had good games. Adrian made some world-class saves. He made some brilliant fingertip saves. But Joel Matip was absolutely fantastic. And I know we're very quick to give out plaudits to Virgil van Dijk. I felt he had a bit of a, not an off game, he had a good game. But out of the two, Joel Matip was the better centre-back and the man of the match by far, in my opinion. So we go on, whatever our next game is, I don't know, because I'm mentally tired, guys. I really am. I'm mentally tired. I'm just one of those. It's just one of those games where it's just completely drained, and I need a pizza, and that is exactly what I'm going to do after this video. So let me know what you thought of the game. Did it go how you thought it did? How you thought it was going to go? Because it did for me. I don't know how anybody else felt. Who was your man of the match? And how do you think we can improve for the next game? I think next game is actually midweek. I think it's a Carabao Cup game, so probably going to bin that one off, to be fair, because I don't really care about it. Going to struggle to make videos over the next week, because my schedule for work and stuff like that is just, it's a bit manic this week. So I will try and do some stuff, but I got to hold my hands up and say I might not do previews, might not do reviews, and I might not even get something for the weekend. I am not sure. But anyway, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Thank you ever so much for watching this video, and if you have enjoyed it, please do like it and subscribe if you're new around here. Thank you once again, and I'll catch you later.